wanted Dunkin' Donuts because, you know, in Colorado, we don't have Dunkin' Donuts anymore. I don't know, they all closed down, they went away. So, yeah. Very sad. Well, welcome, thank you for coming. Yes, I have been in the, I'll just do it quick because we're a little bit already behind schedule. Like Dave says, I'm a pastry chef in my previous life. I'm actually a CPA in my previous life. And so I am very, like, a little bit, you know, have that little left brain thing going, you know, about names. So we're a little bit late. We're about 7 minutes behind schedule, but we'll catch up. I do want to have some time though to introduce myself and to tell you a little bit about me. I did start in the culinary industry as a change of career person. I was indeed a CPA, my first career, and then I went to culinary.
I knew it. I knew you were. I knew there was some accounting.
There's something there about you that I don't like.
In there.
So I went to culinary school in San Francisco, and then worked in restaurants for about 5 years after that. And then I moved. I went there and moved up to Seattle, worked in restaurants there, and then moved back down to Denver, which is where I'm from. And I worked in a restaurant briefly there, but actually got hooked up from the chef at that restaurant. It was some guy that was going to be opening a cooking school. And the chef at the restaurant said, you know, I think you'd be a really good teacher. I think you might want to check this out. You know, call this guy, he's the owner, he wants to open it up. So I called him, and he did want to open up a cooking school, and because of my background as a CPA, I actually got hired by him to do like some pro forma work. And for those of you who aren't in like the accounting, that means like tell me how much money I have to make so that I can break even, you know, that kind of thing. So he said, well, I'll hire you for that. And then when we open this, we find the space and we open the school, then you can teach. And so I did that, and the name of that school is Cook Street School of Fine Cooking. It's in Denver. And so I did that. We opened the school. I helped to write the professional curriculum, which was based in French and Italian regional cooking, is how we taught the techniques of cooking through that lens. So that was really exciting. And we paired everything with wine. Everything was done in context, a full menu every day. And we would go to France and Italy with the students at the end of their 3-month program. We would take them to France and Italy for 3 weeks. And so that was really where I kind of was becoming more clear as to my purpose on this earth, as to what I should be doing. And so I loved cooking and I loved teaching. And then when I got there, I realized, well, they have a real reverence and a real sort of love for the table and for eating and for sharing and for communicating and for the, you know, interpersonal relationships. And I felt and I feel still like that fabric of our society is sort of fraying a bit. You know, that we don't do that as often as we should. We're busy, we have very hectic, busy lifestyles, and it's hard for us to cook and to sit down at the table. So what I wanted to do was I decided that I wanted to teach a method of cooking that for everyday home cooks, not just for people that could afford $30,000 at culinary school, for everyday cooks that would make it easy for them, that you could no longer come to me and say, I don't have the time to cook. Because once you have the skill of a technique, whether it's saute or whether it's roasting or whether it's how to make a soup, once you have that skill, then you have confidence and then you have ability, and then all you do is whip out your saute pan and cook something, and it takes you 15 minutes. 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. And it's not 30 minutes with canned ingredients, because those things aren't always the best for us. It's 30 minutes with real food, right? And then you have less time in the kitchen, which you wouldn't think I'm an advocate about, but more time at the table. And that's what I'm an advocate for, is for us sitting at the table, for us enjoying each other, because life is way too hard to go through life by yourself and not communicate and not commune and not love on each other. So that was my goal, and so with my husband I developed Kitchen Q, which is a technique-based method of learning how to cook. Very different than we learn today with recipes. I sort of funneled down the techniques into 4 or 5 easy steps. So everybody should know how to saute something, and you can do that in 5 steps. And whether you want to saute pork chops or tofu or vegetables or scallops or meat or lamb, it doesn't matter, you do the same 5 steps. And you end up with a beautiful dish with some vegetables and a nice pan sauce in under a half an hour with confidence and with ease. And it's really a beautiful, magical thing. So we launched that series, and we have 3 DVDs, saute and pan sauces, soups and stocks, and roasting out now, out of a series of 8. And So that is my passion, is to educate and to inspire more people to do something in the kitchen that allows you to eat real food and to sit around the table with people that you love. So hopefully some of these recipes from the Mediterranean, as we're going into summer in Colorado, I say that, but then I'm laughing because yesterday when I left, it was snowing. The plane had to be de-iced. Okay, we were 10 minutes late because the plane had to be de-iced. So as we in Colorado are sort of getting to the hopefulness of spring, you guys are already in summertime, right? But as you come to this season, I think that some of these Mediterranean recipes will be really fun. So I thought we would take a tour today through the Mediterranean. And if you can think about the bowl of the Mediterranean, you have a lot of different countries, right? We have the south of Spain, we have the south of France, we have Italy, kind of northern Italy, right? We have a little bit of Morocco, and we're going to France twice. We're going to do 2 visits to France. We're going to do France for dessert and France for a nice summer salad. So we're just kind of going to tour that entire bowl and use all of those ingredients that are seasonal and summery and delicious and light and good for us, and talk about all of those and talk about the techniques that we're going to use to make these recipes. Okay, you ready?